From the heart of Bradford, this is BCB 106.6 FM.
Next is Mr. Owusu Kofi, who is here with a special message for the community as a whole. Welcome, Mr. Owusu. You seem to be doing very interesting things in your community. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Thank you very much, my brother. Before I say anything, I just want to thank God for the opportunity given me to be here with you to talk about the book, Alive for a Purpose. To say something about myself, my name is Kofi Owusu, as you just said. Kofi is a motivational speaker. I'm a writer, I'm a speaker, I'm a teacher. And this is my first book, Alive for a Purpose. And my passion is to influence young men and everyone into believing in God, and that life is still worth living as long as there is breath in your nostrils. And so this is who I am. I am a Ghanaian, born and bred in Ghana to Ghanaian parents. Unfortunately, I've lost both parents, so most people understand where I'm coming from. I've schooled in Ghana and had the opportunity to be here, and I believe that there is a deeper sense and a deeper meaning of being here. And since I've been here, there has been a passion on my heart to do much in the community and beyond the community, to changing lives, bringing meaning to people through the church that I am in, Chapel of Grace, and also whatever I can do to help. And that is why I'm here today.
Were you religious before you came to the United Kingdom? Back home, have you been going to church, or were you involved in activities such as Christian services?
Yes, sir, I have been doing all these things for some time now. Like I was saying, I've gone through a very difficult childhood upbringing. I've been through so much experience, so much exposures, that when I came in, for instance, I've seen people going through the same thing that I've been through, and it is destroying a lot of people, that I should say. But I was happy and I was very fortunate to discover God, and it changed my life from back home. And the same thing that I'm doing as I'm here, I'm also doing the same thing to bring young people, because I believe that the young are the future generation, to God and to have meaning for living.
Yes, you've just said you've discovered God. How did you get to where you are now? Tell us a bit about how you discovered God.
Thank you very much, my brother, for this question. I would say three things, and I would like to make it very simple. Through my experiences and my exposure in life, through my relationship with God, and through my purpose in life, these are the things that have brought me to this level. Like I said, I lost my mother when I was only 8 years. And you can imagine losing your mother at this point in Africa or wherever you find yourself is not an easy thing. And so coming up, I had the opportunity to have been in gang-related things because I did not have anybody taking care of me as a child. But by God's grace and through my dad, who is also no more as I'm speaking with you now, some of these experiences that could have ended me in bad situations and in gang-related issues, alcoholism and things that are destroying young men could have easily affected me. But on my way growing up, I discovered God. I found out that there is a deeper meaning to life. You know, and so every experience that I'm going through, if it does not kill me, it is supposed to make me strong, but not supposed to destroy me. And so by meeting up with God and discovering who He is, what He can do, it has affected me. And through that, I've had a purpose in life. Today, my passion is to use whatever I've been through as a young man growing up to change the lives and to bring meaning to people. And that is what I believe that I'm here. And that is what the book Alive for a Purpose simply conveys. That we are alive and not dead for a reason. And so whatever you're going through, if it does not kill you, it is supposed to make you strong. And there is somebody who can help you to do that.
Is there any particular episode or any particular scenario which you can relate to how you discovered God?
Yes, I would say that sometimes when you go through things, that makes you ask yourself these questions. And I believe the questions I'm about to ask have been asked by so many people outside there who are listening to the sound of my voice today. Who am I? What am I doing in my life? Why am I here? And why am I even alive? Sometimes you go through some experiences, and I will put my hands up. The experience that I've been through as a young man, selling water at the age of, at my early teenage years, selling bread, selling, name it. In Africa, where I'm coming from, there is nothing like going for benefit. And so you have to do some of these things. And sometimes at a point in time, you grow up, you will be on your bed and just begin to ask yourself some of these questions. And I believe that so many people are outside there who can identify with me on these issues, that you have asked yourself, looking at some things that you're going on in your life, that who are you? What am I doing with my life? Is what I'm doing what I was born to do? Is all this what the world can give me? These are some of the questions. And immediately you begin to ask some of these questions. It needs answers. You know, if you can answer these questions, it moves your life from what I call gaps to significance. And that was when at a point in my life, I began to ask myself some of these questions. Why is my mother dead at the age of 8? And why should my father die immediately in my early age in life? Why should my father die? So I have no father, I have no mother. And who am I then? And then I began to ask myself these questions. And asking myself these questions led me to pick the Bible one day and just began to read it. And like I said, I thank my father, because my father taught me a lot. But then I did not understand it till I took it upon myself and just began to read things to myself. And then I believe that the Spirit of the Lord began to teach me and began to open myself to myself, if I should say that. And I began to understand everything that I've been through. That whatever I've been through, if it has not killed me up to this point, then there is a deeper meaning to my life, why I'm alive.
I guess your work has created some avenues of business where you can generate funding for your ministry. Tell us a bit about the sale of your book.
Alive for a Purpose is the name of the book. And it simply means that as long as there is life in you, there is a reason. Purpose simply means the reason why you are created, your essence of existence. That is it. And why am I alive? That is what the book seeks to solve. And that's what the book seeks to answer. Yes, what I would like to say to your question as well is that the publishing of the book, I do not want to really quote unquote see it as a business, because this is something I believe the Lord wants me to do it to impact the land. Something that God gives you. We all have something. All what we need to do is to discover that thing and give it to the people who wants it. The purpose of the book is to do all these things and to encourage the young men and encourage as many people who are ready. So the book is not actually a business, but the profit that I make from the book is the number of people that this book impacts. And that is what I would say that is the business and the profit that I come out of the book. Yes, it is also true. Because since the book came out, I have launched the book, and the intention of launching the book is to raise funds, because so far everything that has helped in this book coming out has come from me. I've not really had funding from anywhere or from outside, but I believe in what the Lord wants me to do, and so I put everything that I had in it. And so yes, the book is on sale. You can find the book Alive for a Purpose on Amazon, amazon.co.uk. Just go there and type in Alive for a Purpose. You'll find the book. You also find the book on the publishers that I published with. They are called Onwards and Upwards Publishing. Onwards and Upwards Publishing.com. You can also find the book and order the copy of the book, which is at the price of £8.50, that every person who wants to find the meaning of his life can find. You can also find the book. I'm in Bradford, and so it's a community. It's something that's serving the community as well. You can find me if you want to reach out to me on Facebook. If you have a group on Facebook, my brother Ali, and the group is all about encouraging people to have meaning in life. The group is called Purpose Achieving Life. So if you go on Facebook, Purpose Achieving Life, you just type everything together and you can find the book there where you can buy it. If you also want to contact me on Facebook as well, Kofi Amoateng on Facebook, which is KOFIAMOATENG. You can also find me, and if you want copies, if you want to buy copies from me as well, like I said, if you are in Bradford, it's an opportunity for every member of Bradford in the community to contact me. If you come to BCB, I believe that you can also be directed to me. If you're in Bradford, I serve as a servant in the church. Chapel of Grace, RCCG Chapel of Grace, which is on 355 Great Horton Road, where the bookshop in the church is selling the books, and you can get copies from me without ordering online. But wherever you are listening to me, if you go online on these places, you can get copies of the book, and so that is how the sales of the book is going on. And by God's grace, people are doing well. Yes.
What fundamental goals do you hope to achieve through your work?
Thank you very much. Brother, I just want to make it very simple for people to understand. There are three major things that I want this book to achieve, and three major things why the book is being written. One, and I'll spell it out. The book will help you to identify God's purpose for your life. So the book will help you to discover God's purpose for your life. The word discover simply means to uncover whatever is covered in your life. Everything in your life that can make you great is covered. All you have to do is to search and uncover it, period.
Very interesting indeed.
Yes.
Would you please tell us a bit, because you are from a different culture, different country, what do you find very, very unchristian, or kind of, will I say, a cultural shock in Britain compared to your own background, where you came from in Ghana?
This is a very serious and a very important question, and I believe that some of these questions are the reasons why some of us are here to answer and to find solutions to, and to give our quota to it. What I would like to say is that in my communication with a lot of young people in the land, from Bradford and beyond Bradford, I've come to understand that young people, the most important problem with young people is that most young people in the land are struggling to find the meaning to life. Let me tell you this, which is the truth. When purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. And that's why there are a lot of drug abuse in the land. There are a lot of young people in alcohol abuse. People are not ready for children. Sometimes they will have children. There are a lot of abuses, because when purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. And that is what I've seen in the land compared to where I'm coming from. But I believe that there is a solution.
So you think some of these things are against Christian teachings and principles?
Yes, yes. The glory of a young man, according to the word of the Lord, the glory of the young man is in youth. The glory of every young man is his strength. And youth represent the future of a country. You understand? So when young people begin to abuse things, that means that purpose is not really having its toes on them. And then there is a problem. So the question is, we need to discover. For some of us, we need to rediscover. The word rediscover means that you had something, but you lost it. So you need to go and find that thing. That principles that rules the land. That principle that young men can have in their life so that they will become future good leaders. We need to find them, and we need to take them back. Because when purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. And so there are a lot of abuses in the system where you and I can really identify. You don't need somebody to tell you.
Now, will you say it is quite different from Ghana, where you come from your own country?
I think today's generation is quite different. Every environment is different. Somebody defined culture as the way we do things around here. Obviously, the way we do things in United Kingdom is different from the way we even do things in France, or different from. So it's very different from where I'm coming from. But then there are fundamental principles in life. And what I like about this book is that this book takes you through over 70 biblical keys and principles. That wherever you find yourself, even though the environment is different from Ghana and the UK, that even though when we put God's principles, it will give us the same results. So yes, the environment is different. But then when we put the same principles in work or in application in our lives, whoever you are listening to me, it will make a fundamental, important difference in your life. Because you are alive for a reason, and you should find that reason and fulfill it. Yes.
So what's your message to all the youths that are in Bradford and beyond?
My message to the young men, to those who really wants to find themselves, to those who think that life is not worth living. Before I continue, let me say something. There is a means of living, and there is a meaning to live for. They are two different things. There seems to be a means of living in the land, but there is no meaning to live for. And so in my message to the young man who probably might have a means of living, but seeking a meaning to live for, I want him to listen to me. That earth has no sorrow that heaven cannot solve. There is no situation you are going through that God cannot fix. You can come out of that gun issue. You can come out of that drug issue. You can come out of that alcohol issue as long as you are ready. There is somebody and there are people here to help from the word and from these principles. And so there is no situation that God cannot fix and God cannot solve. As long as there is breath in your nostrils, I'm speaking to somebody who is giving up right now. Somebody who is filled with stress, pressure, depression, anxiety. These are the things that are killing us today. As long as there is still breath in you, life is still worth living. The only people without hope are those who lie 6 feet under the ground. And so as long as you can breathe in and out every day, every morning, my brother, my sister, my uncle, my dad, my father, I want to encourage you that there is still hope for living. That if you make up your mind that you want to find yourself, discover yourself, rediscover yourself, and take what you have to the next level, there is always a way, as long as there is a will.
From the heart of Bradford, this is BCB 106.6 FM.
That was Mr. Kofi with great insight into spiritual awakening in an otherwise religiously dispirited modern society. That is all we have for today. Special thanks to my wonderful guests and to all my listeners. Remember, this program comes every fortnight on BCB 106.6 FM, and you can catch us on www.bcbradio.co.uk. I'm Ali Pabai signing off. Goodbye.